Hey Bearcat fans, we wanted to change up the coach's show a little bit this week and give you an insider view of exactly what your young men are doing day in and day out to prepare for Friday nights. So what you're going to see today, you're going to see your young men in film sessions. You're going to see them in the weight room. You're going to see them going through walkthroughs and learning their plays, and then going through individual skill development, and then follow that up with our team scrimmage sessions at the end. We're excited to show you this footage. We thought it'd be a nice different angle to kind of give you a look at exactly what it takes to be a Bearcat. Also what we want to some things we want to put on your mind is next week, Tuesday night, we've got the women's clinic, the annual women's clinic. It was a great time last year. Had a lot of ladies come out. What we'll do there, you can sign up this Friday night at the Picayune home game. We'll have sign-up sheets with the Bearcat Booster Club. We'd love everybody to come out and attend. It's a fun environment. You can take pictures with your athlete in their jersey. You'll get to go through kind of a day in their life as well. We'll kind of go through some football 101, talk about rules of the game, things like that, safety procedures, weightlifting, conditioning, and then, might even be some drill work, for the ladies. I know that was the highlight last year, getting to kind of go through what these players get to go through. So definitely want to put a plug in for that and hope all of you come out. Really excited for all things we have going on here at Long Beach, and we got to continue the momentum and continue to just keep getting better every day. So right here, what we've got going, we've got the starting defensive unit in the film room. We're going through film. We're watching clips and plays from Picayune that we've studied. This is clips of practice. We mix in practice clips as well as film from our breakdowns of actual footage of Picayune playing. And what we're doing here is we're trying to live the call. We want to go ahead and train the brain to see and recognize formations, see and recognize percentages of, hey, they're in this formation, this certain run comes out of this certain pass comes out of this. What you see here is, we're watching practice, and they have to identify, they have to name the call and then tell their job. And we want to keep their job to what we say, buzzwords. We want, if there's something they have to do on this play, we want to say, hey, right here we've got a key Q 2 to 1. So if I'm a defensive back, I want to see the quarterback, I want to see 2, then I want to see the 1 receiver. So we kind of have our entire playbook in buzzwords so that they can go quick with it. Right here you've got Coach Brady going through an offensive film session as well at the same time. What you got right here, they're in the small room, they're in the offensive meeting room. You got the one offense in here, we're watching film. This is the first thing we do when we get down for fourth block. They're going to come down and watch film. Now here we go into the weight room. What we do is, JV's in the weight room first while one offense and one defense is watching film. And, then here we go, we switch it halfway through, and the JV will come in and they're going to watch their game film and footage. And then varsity's in the weight room, we're going through. Right here, this is in-season lifting, so you're going to see a lot of stretching. You're going to see, it's not necessarily the bang and clang of the off-season workout program, but you're still seeing the mobility. We're working on hips, different stuff. They've got a great little workout plan for them. You're going to see, so right here, you're going to see, this is once the varsity is finished film session, we head into the weight room. The JV was in the weight room as varsity was watching film. Now they've switched over halfway through the period. What you see right here is hang snatch. You know, what we do, we try to get 3 core lifts in on one day, and then the second day of the week, we're going to get 2 core lifts in. Today, they're working hang snatch, they're working bench press and squat, and then they've got their auxiliary lifts as well. You know, in-season workouts is a big focus on, you know, flexibility, maintenance of the body. You know, we don't want to lose what we put in all summer and off season. You know, so that's what you got there. You know, we're excited, you know, that we've got such a great strength and conditioning program. You know, I was talking to our trainer the other day. You know, the guys that have been there, you know, day in and day out through our off-season program, through our summer workouts. You know, you look and their bodies have really maintained this season. Very, you know, and that's what we teach them. You know, look, this is injury prevention. You know, I think, you know, when you consider all the guys that have been in all season long, you know, I think, you know, the bulk of the injuries right now is things like ankle sprains, you know, so been able to avoid those heavy things, and that's because we train that body up correctly. So right here you got the Allen King, our Naj cast on, you're seeing them right here. You know, we call that dumbbell flies. You know, what we want to see right there is, you know, we're working that back, we're working neck muscles. We call it the yoke, you know, that kind of neck to back area, and you know, right there's, you know, concussion prevention, strengthening up that. Right here you see Jason Hill on the bench press. You know, one of our biggest, strongest guys we got, always working hard in the weight room. You know, what you see out of him on Friday night, definitely, you know, you can attribute to his hard work in the weight room. Andrew McMillan as well. RJ Johnson squatting. RJ, you know, he's a beast in the weight room. He loves to work out. He loves to grind, and it's really helped him progress. You got Marcus Duncan moved in for us. He's a heck of a linebacker, and you know, getting better every day. And you know, really takes a great approach to work. His work ethic's outstanding, and really looking for him, you know, to continue to improve and progress, and you know, really excited for his senior year next year and see what he can become. There's Johnny Pham squatting with our Naj cast on, spotting him right here. Johnny's a very good worker. He's trying to come back off of you know, an injury, and he's one of the you know, the guys that's been a little nicked up this season. You see him looking healthy there. That's exciting to see. All right, right here, this stage in practice. What you've got us going through walkthroughs. So what we do when we first get out there, you know, we kind of take a approach to practice where, you know, first we want to go through the teaching. You know, we want to get all the questions answered, so that once we kind of turn the heat up on them, there's no more talking, it's just doing. You know, so we come out and they've just gotten out of the weight room, gotten out of film session, so we're going to take the film. You know, now we're going to apply it in a walk-through pace. You know, where now, you know, trying to accommodate the different types of learners you have on the team. Some kids, you know, can see it and hear it in a lecture. Some kids can see it on film and it clicks. And then some kids, you know, the kinesthetic learners, which, you know, athletes, you know, you have a large percentage of the kinesthetic learners that, you know, they need to walk through it. They need to actually live what you're saying and walk through it and be able to ask their questions. So, you know, we're going to be at a very slowed down pace to start, and you know, get what we need answered out of that. And you know, once we do that, then we'll break from walkthroughs. We'll go into stretching lines, and you know, then from stretching, you know, now we want to speed up the tempo. We're going to get into our individual periods of practice, and then we just kind of steadily, you know, rise up until the end of practice where we're full speed in our team segments. So right here, what you've got, you know, quick clip of this. You know, we're trying to teach these young men accountability and discipline. You know, and what we've got going on is we call these reminders. You know, what they've got right here, what this drill actually is called is a cup of coffee. We say, sometimes they need that reminder, that little help them wake up a little bit if the energy's not right. And right here for this particular deal is, we checked the locker room. We had a JV game Monday, and after the game, we were in a hurry to get home, and instead of handling our business and details and little things, we leave the locker room a mess. And, so when we coaching staff shows up Tuesday morning, we come in and we got guys that didn't take care of their little things, and that's what we tell them. We got to win in the locker room. We got to win in film sessions. We got to win in the weight room. We got to win. We've got our lockers that we have to keep clean, and just do your job, do your little part to keep this puzzle right, and respect the people that work hard to keep your facilities clean, and don't add to it, help them out, and so that's those little life lessons we want to install in them. It's not just about football. We're trying to teach life lessons. Handle your business, and be respectful of what you've been given, so that's kind of the deal there. And when we don't, we're going to have our reminders. Right here we've got the wide receivers with Coach Foreman. They're going through distraction catches. So, what he's trying to show them here is, if they're behind a defensive back or a linebacker and somebody's in the way, it's one thing to catch a ball, but can you catch a ball, through distraction? Can you catch a ball with a hand in your face, and still stay locked in and focus and see the ball into your hands? You see everybody gets reps, an individual, periods in practice. Like I said, we did our walkthrough, we did our stretching, now we're getting into, our skill and fundamental developments. And right here you see the offensive line with Coach Brady going through some steps, working on combo blocks, working on the little details. They're going through each and every run that we have, and he's talking through, hey, if the defensive lineman's aligned in what we would call a one technique, hey, we want to block this way. If we got a three technique defensive lineman, what we're saying there is where the defensive line is lined up. There's a numbering system for where those defensive linemen align on you, and however that they align, we're going to have a different combo call for how we need to block that alignment. And so right here they're going through it. It looks like a little bit of a walk and talk, but that's key things that establish those rules and that system. So those linemen, once the lights come on, they can perform fast and think fast. All right, so right here we've got Coach Felder working with the defensive backs. What they're doing, they're trying to flip and find. They're in a back pedal. He's starting them off in a back pedal. Then they're going to flip over their shoulder like they're in man coverage, and they're turning to their man. Now once, you're not seeing them on an actual receiver right here, but right here they're learning those skills and those fundamentals. So I'm on my receiver, I flip my head around, and I got to find that ball, and then I need to go catch it at its highest point. I'd like to see them being able to put a foot in the ground right there and go attack the ball once it's in the air, rather than letting it, they got to understand they're not the receiver. They've got to attack the ball and take the ball from the receiver. That's a wrap for this week's edition of the Coaches Show. Hope you enjoyed getting an insider viewpoint of everything going on here at Long Beach and just exactly what your young men go through every day. We hope to see you next week, October 22nd, 6:30 p.m. right here at the stadium for the annual women's clinic. Let's go out and let's beat Picayune this week and shock the world. Really excited for everything we got going. We're going to continue that momentum, keep getting better every week, and hope to see you again next Thursday as well. Thank you.